Hey everyone! On today's episode of Wii Teach You, I'm going to show you how to connect your standard Wii Remote to a regular desktop PC or laptop computer. Now before I get started, I'm going to give you a little bit more info on how the whole process works and what tools you're going to need. The Wii Remote talks to the Wii over the Bluetooth wireless standard. Bluetooth is basically a short-range, low-power wireless standard that's meant for peripheral devices to talk to each other while using the least amount of power as possible. This includes devices like cell phones, PDAs, wireless headsets, mice, and now, your Wii Remote. Bluetooth devices connect using what's called a Bluetooth stack. Now, the stack is basically what you could consider an interpreter for how devices talk to your PC. So for us, in this case, the Wii Remote talks to the PC over the Human Interface Device, or HID stack. This same profile is what Bluetooth keyboards and mice would use. This is where things get a little tricky, however. While Bluetooth is standardized in how it works, different hardware sometimes require a different Bluetooth stack or interfacing software. Because of this, the method that I'm going to show you isn't for everyone. Depending on the Bluetooth device you have, you may need different software. And if you need more information on the different options, you can check out the show notes that are included on our website with this podcast, or on the wiki over at wheelie.com. Now, the first thing you're going to need is a Bluetooth adapter. I personally recommend this little generic adapter. I purchased it from a website called the LEDshop.com. And they're a company that's located in China that deals primarily in LEDs and all sorts of little other devices. The best of all, of course, is that their shipping is free to both the US and Canada. This particular adapter is currently on sale at the time of this recording for only $6.99 US. And if you don't already have a Bluetooth adapter, it's in my opinion your best and cheapest option. Now the next you're going to need is drivers or connection software that's going to allow you to use your Bluetooth device. The software I'll be using is called bluesoleil. There are two other major ones that people in the Wii community are recommending, and those are both the WIDCOM drivers or the standard Microsoft Bluetooth drivers. But bluesoleil and WIDCOM drivers are commercial pieces of software, and they require that you pay for the full version. Luckily, the adapter that I bought comes with the full version of bluesoleil on a CD. So yet another incentive to buy the LED adapter, the bluesoleil adapter at the LED shop. So now the last things you're going to need are a Wii Remote and a personal computer to connect to. But that's enough of my ramblings, so let's get started with actually performing this little operation. The first thing you're going to need to do is install the bluesoleil drivers. So what I'm going to do is take my CD, throw it into my CD-ROM drive, and let the auto run work its magic. It's a standard setup procedure, so just follow the on-screen prompts. Choose next, yes, you agree to all those licensing stuff, and install in the standard location. Once the setup's completed, it's going to ask you to reboot the machine. So you're definitely going to want to make sure that you reboot on multiple occasions because Bluetooth can be extremely finicky. As you can see right now, it's starting to update the standard Bluetooth drivers for USB as well as all of the other following stack implementations, including audio, HID, and other stuff. Now you may get prompts that come up like this indicating that there are unsigned drivers that need to be installed by XP. Go ahead and click Continue anyway. So now that you get your restart prompt, go ahead and restart your computer. Okay, so now that we're back from our reboot, we can see that the bluesoleil application has already come up, as well as it's put an icon on your desktop. And we can see that currently the Bluetooth icon is shaded gray, which means that there is currently no Bluetooth device installed on the machine. Also indicates right here, please insert a Bluetooth device. Now, this is the main interface for the bluesoleil Bluetooth application, and it works around what's called the personal area network, which is represented by this solar system type looking thing here. Any device that you connect onto your little Bluetooth personal area network will end up showing up on this ring, and linked to it are these various Bluetooth services. So now, as we can see, this particular one is called Bluetooth Human Interface Device Service. And that is the service that we're going to be using to connect our Wiimote to our Bluetooth. The sun in the center represents the personal computer that you're currently working on. And if you hover over, you can see it's your device with your device address. But we currently don't have the device installed, or our Bluetooth device installed, that is. So there's nothing there. So what I'm going to do now is take our Bluetooth device and go ahead and insert it into one of my USB ports. So we can see now that the hardware was found, and for me it's actually going to ask me to install my drivers for it, but that's just because I'm running a Nlite light version of XP, so I'm always going to get things like that popping up. Let me go ahead and, oh, looks like it automatically installed it for me. So now that that's already installed, we can see now the Bluetooth icon is now blue, and it's starting the Bluetooth device. And so on your first time inserting the device, you're going to get this welcome to Bluetooth little setup dealy. So you can type in your device name, what the device type is. In this case, it's a desktop or a laptop, and we're going to set the security level at medium. I'm going to say go ahead and say OK with that. So now Bluetooth is starting OK, and it's loading up its services. And so if I'm not mistaken, the Bluetooth has properly started. Just to double check, I'm going to go ahead and go into my device manager. No exclamation marks, that's a good sign. And so under human interface devices, this is actually where once we connect our Wiimotes, the Wiimotes are going to be located on the actual system itself. We can see there's our Bluetooth USB, which is the ISSC Bluetooth device. So now, back to the personal area network. What we're going to do now is go ahead and actually try and get our Bluetooth to synchronize with the Wiimote. And you do that by taking the Wiimote. So let's go ahead and grab the Wiimote, and it'll show you here that in order to synchronize the remote, you need to put it into what's called discoverable mode. And there's two ways of doing that. The first is to open up the back cover where the battery is and click the little red synchronize button. Now, I don't like that option just because it requires opening up the back cover, and who knows, you could probably end up losing the back cover or falling in between the couch or something. So the other method is pressing the 1 and 2 button together. That accomplishes the same thing, which is putting the Wiimote into what's called discoverable mode so that our Bluetooth adapter can see the Wiimote. Now, I cannot stress this enough. You must constantly keep pressing 1 and 2 together to keep the Wiimote in discoverable mode. This is the biggest mistake people make, and that is that it must constantly be in discoverable mode up until the very end point once it's connected. Once it's connected, then you can stop pressing those buttons, but until that point, until the drivers are installed and it's discovered properly, you have to keep pressing it. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and press 1 and 2 together on the Wiimote, and we can see now that the lights are flashing. So back in bluesoleil, we'll go ahead and just single click on top of the sun icon here in the center. And so now it's searching for devices. Here we see a little keyboard icon with a MAC address. This represents our Wiimote. The important thing to know is to constantly keep pressing 1 and 2 once those things stop, and you'll see that once the searching has finished, which is just done, the device is changed from the MAC address to the name Nintendo RVL CNT01. This is the standard name for a Wiimote as seen by a Bluetooth device on a PC. So now I can't keep stressing it enough. Keep pressing 1 and 2 together over and over. Now that we have it constantly being discovered, and once the name comes up on the bottom, if you only see the MAC address, you have to keep searching until it actually gives you a real name. So now that I've got the real name, I'm going to make sure I keep pressing 1 and 2 over and over again. Right-click on the icon and say Refresh Services. Now you'll see that a yellow box has gone around the HID service, indicating that the service for HID has been discovered. So make sure that you keep pressing 1 and 2 over and over, and go ahead if you get this little icon and click on it in order to connect to the HID service. And you'll see now that it's going to go through this discovery mode where it's actually found the service and is now installing the appropriate drivers for the Bluetooth HID device. It'll automatically perform this operation, so just let it finish its job. Once those two interfaces are installed, you'll see now it says new hardware is installed and ready to use. And now we can see that our device is properly connected and is showing that the little, I guess it represents data packets are being sent back and forth. If you want to double check, you can right click and go to status, and we can see that the Bluetooth is paired. No, because these devices don't pair, they simply connect, and that our radio strength is good. And if you wanted to, you could check out the other properties. It's recognized as a joystick class device. I'm actually going to go ahead and go back into the device manager just to show you under human interface devices. Now you can see there's Bluetooth HID enum device and Bluetooth HID joystick, and that is what the Wii Remote, while connected to a PC, is recognized as. So now what you may notice, and what's happening on my remote right now, is that the lights are constantly flashing even while it's connected. This may or may not happen to you, but don't worry, the lights will go away once you start actually using the device. You'll notice that on the bottom where the Bluetooth icon was blue, it's now green, indicating that there is actually a device connected to the service and is being used. So now this portion of connecting the Wiimote to the PC is finished. This is the most difficult portion, and I cannot stress enough, when searching for the device, make sure that you constantly keep pressing 1 and 2 together. So now we can go ahead and close out this window since our device is connected, and we can actually start using our programs. The two programs I have listed here, GlovePi and Wii Remote, represent the two different programs that interface the Wiimote to the PC. The Bluetooth connected the Wiimote to the PC. Now GlovePi and Wii Remote allow you to interface and actually use the device. So I'm going to go ahead and double click on Wii Remote, and we can see that now when the Wiimote is lit up and is white, that means that a Wiimote is actually connected, and we can actually see the motion sensor. If I start waving the Wiimote around, you can see that it's actually sending data back and forth from the Wiimote to the device, and we can actually see the accelerometer is being used and the motion sensing is happening. I personally haven't really had much experience with Wii Remote, but I do know that people are using it to do basic cursor activities as well as button mapping and whatnot to your PC. So this I use as recently just to test to make sure that my Wii Remotes are working. So if you have Wii Remote downloaded, this is a great tool to test to make sure that your remote's working. So I'm going to go ahead and close out, and we can actually see that it even has the battery status. My battery is actually running pretty low on this device, so I'll have to change those batteries out soon. GlovePi is going to be the biggest one you're going to be application that you're going to be using. It's a scriptable interface for a scriptable program for interfacing with devices. You can see that now that I've loaded up GlovePi, it's a standard scripting interface, and included with GlovePi, I'm going to go hit File, Open. You can see in the GlovePi directory under Wiimote scripts, there are just a ton of scripts that have already been created for use with the Wii Remote, and tons more are being created every day. Most of these have to do with interfacing with different games or emulators. You can see there's Call of Duty, there's Half-Life 2, there's Mario Kart 64, Mario Tennis. These are meant to be used on the Nintendo 64 emulators on your PC, as well as there's a bunch of other interesting ones, including the drummer kit for drums. There's a Wiitar, which is a Wiitar, which is a Wii-based guitar demo. These are all different scripts that you can run to allow your Wii Remote to do different things. And this is the standard interface you're going to be using. So I'm going to demonstrate one of them right here, and that's just a simple demo called Wii Lights. If I go ahead and double click on Wii Lights to open it up, then hit the run command, it's actually going to cycle the lights on the bottom of the Wii Remote. And the cycling will continue until I click on the stop button. This is how standard interfacing is done with the Wii Remote. You can go through, basically it almost seems kind of tedious at times, but it's necessary in order to map the particular buttons and interfaces over to with whatever it is you're going to be doing. So one neat thing you can do is if you cancel out and press this little icon right here, it'll minimize GlovePie to the system tray, and you can actually just right click on it and then open up any standard scripts. You can go open and run, or just open any of the previous ones that have been opened, and also run the commands straight from here. To go back to windowed mode, you just click on that. So that allows you to quickly switch from script to script without having to do too much work. So the next thing I'm going to show you is actually connecting a second Wii Remote to your PC. And this is just so that we can go through the whole process over again. So now I've got my first Wii Remote still connected, and I'm going to go ahead and grab my second Wii Remote and start pressing the, actually you can see that it says searching for devices. If you click on the sun again, it'll stop searching. If you click a start and stop. So this starts and stops searching for devices, as well as going up to My Bluetooth and going Bluetooth device discover, and that'll initiate the searching as well. So once again, I'm going to go ahead and press 1 and 2 on my Wii Remote, and then go and start searching by clicking on the device. So you'll see that the device was found, but it only giving my MAC address because it hasn't truly discovered the device yet. So constantly keep pressing 1 and 2 and wait it out until the searching process is finished, and it'll find the appropriate name for the device. So getting device names. Oh, keep pressing 1 and 2. Device names search finished, and it says Nintendo RVLCNT01. So now it's going to be a little hard to make. You have to make sure that you keep track of which remote is which. Because if you keep trying to connect on one and you're pressing 1 and 2 on the wrong remote, that could lead to problems. So I'm going to keep pressing 1 and 2 on this device, on my device, and then right click and say refresh services. It's browsing services, and you'll see now that it says browsing discovery finished, and it lit up this little icon. So I'm going to make sure I keep pressing 1 and 2 and go ahead and single click on the HID device, and now it's starting the connection. Oh, it says service not available. I stop pressing 1 and 2. So this is what happens when you stop pressing 1 and 2. So I'll press 1 and 2 again, and then I'll click on it again, starting connection. And the device is now connected, and it's going to go ahead and redo that whole installation for the Bluetooth joystick. And so at this point, you can stop pressing 1 and 2 as the device is actually interfaced and is properly connected. And so now you can see that its hardware is found and ready to use, and now both of our Wii Remotes are connected and sending data to and from the computer. Just to double check, I'm going to go into Properties, Device Manager, and under Human Interface Device, you can see now that there's 2 different joysticks and 2 HID game controllers. So now both our devices are connected and are ready to use with our Wiimote. With our PC. A demo that I'm going to show you for using 2 remotes at the same time is a very popular, recently developed application called Wii Sticks, which is a Wii implementation or a homebrew implementation of Devil Sticks using the Wii Remotes. So I'm going to double click on the Wii Sticks icon, grab my 2 Wiimotes, and start Wii Sticks. So now my remotes just rumbled at me, and you can... everything you're seeing on the screen right now, I'm controlling completely with my Wii Remotes. I'm using the minus button and plus button to update the gravity, left and right to change my stick, and right now control style, you can change it actually from 1 remote and a nunchuck or 2 remotes. I'm going to leave it at 2 remotes because that's what I actually have, and then press the A button to get started. Oh, I'm actually holding the sticks backwards. So holding the remotes in my hand, I can press A and actually control these sticks with these devil sticks. I'm really bad at this. There we go. Let's flip that around. You might even be able to hear the Wiimotes rumbling in my hands. So that pretty much sums it up for this section of Wii Teach You. Now, once again, I want to reiterate the fact that this is only one of a possible couple different combinations of ways that you can connect your Wii Remote to your PC. Other different guides that are available at, like I said, Wheelie.com, as well as we'll put information and links in the show notes. If this particular method doesn't work for you, I recommend that you do try the other methods. We will be trying to get another guide up for the different types that are available, including the WidCom and the Microsoft version. And I'm going to try really hard to find a Mac or someone to let me borrow a Mac so that I can actually show you how we connect for all you Mac people out there. So thanks for watching, and let's get back to the podcast.